As we already discussed, as per SMACNA, there are three commonly used duct joint method. Number 1, slip and dry method. Number 2, slip on flange method. Number 3, companion steel flange method. Slip and dry and companion steel flange method we already studied in the previous video. Now we will study slip on flange method. Friends, if you are new to our channel or still you have not subscribed it, please subscribe to our channel so that we can make more studies and bring more videos for you. For the selection of slip on joint, we follow these two steps. Number 1, select the joint class for the specific duct size and class using SMACNA tables 1-3 to 1-9. Number 2, select the corresponding slip on flange as per manufacturer recommendation. Slip on flange are available in the market in three sizes: 25, 35 and 45, and they are used according to duct joint classes selected from SMACNA tables 1-3 to 1-9. As for the selection of slip on flange, it is mentioned in SMACNA, consult manufacturer for rating. So for the selection of slip on flange, we need to follow the manufacturer recommendation. We will do our study based on ductmate 25, 35 and 45. Ductmate 25. We use this duct joint for SMACNA duct joint class F or lower. If we have selected duct joint using SMACNA table 1-3 to 1-9 and our joint class is from A to F, then we can use ductmate 25 as slip on flange to join this duct. Ductmate 25 is fabricated from 24 gauge galvanized steel sheet by roll forming. Ductmate 25 we cannot use with ducts that is fabricated with gauges heavier than 20 or lighter than 26. You can see this is the section for ductmate 25 slip on flange. The height of this slip on flange is 1 inch or 25 mm and the width is 1¼ inch or 32 mm. You need to use a TDC clit to join these two flanges of 7-8 inch or 23 mm. For the fabrication of duct frame using ductmate 25, we use these two corner pieces, DC 25 corner piece and bolted DC 25 corner pieces. Ductmate 35. We use this duct joint for SMACNA duct joint class J or lower. If we have selected duct joint class using SMACNA table 1-3 to 1-9 and our duct joint class is from A to J, then we can use ductmate 35 as slip on flange to join this duct. It is fabricated from 20 gauge galvanized steel sheet by roll forming. We cannot use ductmate 35 with duct that is fabricated with gauges heavier than 16 or lighter than 26 gauge. You can see in this picture, this is the section for ductmate 35. From here we can find the height for ductmate. It is 35 mm or 1/3/8 inch and the width also same 35 mm. And for joining the two ductmate flange together, we need to use a TDC clit of width 23 mm or 7/8 inch. For the fabrication of duct frame using ductmate 35, we can use any one of these two corners. Either we can use DC 3rd B corner piece or we can use DC 3rd A corner piece. Ductmate 45. We use this duct joint for SMACNA duct joint class K or lower. If we have selected duct joint using SMACNA table 1-3 to 1-9 and we found the duct joint class from A to K, then we can use ductmate 45 as slip on flange to join this duct. It is fabricated from 18 gauge galvanized steel sheet by roll forming and we cannot use it with ducts that is fabricated with gauges heavier than 10 or lighter than 22 gauge. This picture is showing the section for ductmate 45. From here we can find the height width for this ductmate. The height for the ductmate 45 is 48 millimeter or 1 and 7/8 inch, and the width is 35 millimeter or 1 and 3/4 inch. To make the joint by using two ductmate flange, we need a TDC cleat of width 19 millimeter or 3/4 inch. For the selection of rectangular duct joint, we are using SMACNA table 1-3 to 1-9. These are the same table that we are using for the selection of duct sheet thickness for the fabrication of duct, and the same procedure we need to follow for the selection of duct joint. Assuming we have a duct of size 24 inch by 18 inch and the length for a single piece is 4 feet. So we will select the largest dimension from the duct size, that is 24 inch. Then we will search this in the first column, that is for duct dimension, and we found here this 24 inch, so we will select this row. As our single duct piece length is 4 feet, so we will select the 4 feet column from the reinforcement spacing, and you can see at the intersection of this 4 feet reinforcement spacing column and 24 inch rows, we have E-24. This 24 is the duct sheet gauge or duct sheet thickness for the fabrication of duct, and the alphabet attached with this number, that is E, is the class for the duct joint. You can see in this table there is so many cells and there are different alphabet. All these alphabet are showing the classes for this joint. There are other tables in SMACNA from where we can find the detail for the duct joint for these classes. You can see in this table is showing the detail for the duct joints, and in the first column you can see these alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F. These alphabet are showing the class for the duct joint which we have selected in the previous table. We have selected the class E in previous table for our duct. Let us select the row for E. When we go in the column for slip-on flange, we can see slip-on flange is applicable for all the classes, but there is not. Consult manufacturer for ratings. So for the selection of type, we have 25, 35 and 45. So we need to follow the manufacturer recommendations for the selection of duct joint.